Yo, what is going on, guys? TymeStopper here, coming back at you another Raid Shadow Legends video. Guys, in this video, we are talking about Awakening Resource Management. Oh my God, is that a mouthful? But I think it's the most important thing that you can understand about Awakening, and I see so many people getting it wrong already. So let's jump into the video. Okay, so you've gotten your free string pack from Plarium. Heck, you might have even invested in some souls already, but what do you do with them and how do you best manage this resource? Because as we all know, this game is all about resource management, whether it's silver or it's gems or it's any of the 9 million different currencies that we get in this game. It is all about resource management. Now, if you're a mid-game or end-game player, you probably don't remember back to when you first started playing the game. But if you could think back, you'd think back to what was the smartest thing that you ever did? It was probably to 6-star your starter to begin. If you went ahead and took a whole bunch of champions to, say, level 50, now you've got a bunch of subpar champions that really aren't doing you any good. And that's what I see a lot of people already doing with these souls and their management of it and the coins and everything else. So I want to talk a little bit about what I see as the best way to manage this. Now, of course, this is very early. This is only about a week into it, but I think I have a pretty good grasp on this, at least so far. And I think that I've been fairly good with my resource management over my time playing the game and things like that. So I wanted to kind of give you guys some insight on how I see this playing out and maybe understand a little more about the currencies, because it seems like some people are misunderstanding the currencies and where it's best to use them. So with the souls, you basically have essentially 3 different currencies. You have the souls themselves, which are broken into mortal soul stones, immortal soul stones, and eternal soul stones. You then also have the coins, and there's 3 types of coins. You have mortal soul coins, you have immortal soul coins, or the gold ones, and you have eternal soul coins, which are the gold with the red in the middle. So that's 2 resources. And then your third resource is going to be the one that you use in the Mystic Market, and that is going to be, hold on, let me move myself over. Boop. That is going to be the essence. So you have Immortal Soul Essence, or the silver one, and you have the Eternal Soul Essence, or the gold one. Now, all of these are linked throughout, so it's important to understand what the difference is, where you're going to use them, and how to manage the resources so that you can make sure that you can maximize your champion's effectiveness overall. So like I said in the beginning, you're not going to want to spread your resources super thin on this. You're going to want to hone in on just a couple things, and we're going to talk a little bit about how you can do that. Now, first and foremost, we've all understand, I think at this point, what the soul stones are, right? You have your mortal soul stones, you have your immortal, and you have your eternal. Now, when it comes to the coins themselves, if you go over into the Mystic Market, you can see that you can trade in 1,000 mortal coins to get a mortal soul stone, 1,000 immortal coins to get an immortal soul stone, or 1,000 eternal coins to get an eternal soul stone. However, those coins are also used, if they are an immortal coin, to buy immortal soul essence, and if they are an eternal coin, to buy eternal soul essence. Now, that's where the big distinction is going to come into play. It's going to come into your coins. Now, obviously, we don't have anything else to use our mortal soul coins on. So whenever you get to 1,000 of them, you absolutely should be spending them to buy more mortal soul stones. That way you can pull more souls, get more chances at the good souls that you're going to use to level up your game long term. That is important, long term, not short term. I've seen people go about this 2 very different ways. One is I see people pulling all these souls and they're adding them to their collection and they're super excited about it and everything else. And what's happening is they're going and awakening champions. But the fact of the matter is that whenever you pull a soul, you have to think about it as it is a coin, not a soul. Now, why do I say that? Well, because if I go over to my soul collection and I have everything over here, right? And let's say, for example, I have this 1-star cold heart soul right here, okay? So I can either awaken her with this 1 star, or I can sell this back for 5 immortal soul coins. Now, that doesn't sound like a whole lot. As the rarity of the soul goes up and the number of stars goes up, the more you will get in return when you sell those items. I'll go ahead and throw a chart up here real quick if you guys want to copy it down to show you when you sell these, what you're going to get for them. Now, this is where the resource management part of this really comes in, and you really have to start thinking long-term for yourself, not short-term. Because what I'm seeing is I'm seeing lots of people going over into the market. They're buying up 1-star legendary souls for champions that are decent, but they're not really viable for you to be putting a soul on, especially if you're a mid to end game player. If you're an end game player and before this system ever came out, you were already beating all content, all the Doom Tower rooms, all the Doom Tower stages, you were competitive in arena, tag, whatever, then this is all icing on the cake. That's how you have to think about it. Because what's happening is people are going and they're awakening champions that they normally would never use, or they don't really matter. But in reality, they would be better off getting the coins back for their soul, because then they're going to be able to buy essence with those coins, right? So for example, let's say I have soul bond. I have a bunch of soul bonds built for secret rooms and things like that, right? I can already beat those secret rooms. Are they super fast? No, but I only have to do them once a month, if that, right? So it's really not a big deal. Do I really want to use this 4-star soul bond soul on her to go ahead and awaken her, give her a little extra damage, a little bit stat boost when it's something I don't really need already? Or would I be better off taking her and selling this for the 6 eternal coins? Now, I'm going to tell you that all day you should be selling it for the 6 eternal coins if you're already doing all that content, because she is not an end game viable champion. The only champions that you should really be awakening early on are champions that you use every day, either in arena or you use them in Hydra, and you need to make sure that you're getting enough damage in Hydra to max things out, or you're using them in some type of content where it takes absolutely forever. Like I'm soloing Bommel with Samar Gem Curse, and each run takes 15 minutes. So if I got a 1-star soul on him, it would cut like 8 minutes off of that. That would be a good use of it, right? But the average person should not be out there trying to use all of these souls, because they're spreading their resources too thin. Right now, they gave us a whole bunch of this stuff to start with, but you know that it feels like you have a ton right now, but that's going to dry up real quick. And what's going to happen is you're going to want to go out and spend money to buy these souls to get the soul coins, because you're going to need those soul coins to get soul essence. And that's where the second part of this comes into play. So when we look at what we're using our soul coins for, right? You have 2 things you can use soul coins for. Well, if they're immortal or they are eternal, right? I can either use them to buy stones or I can use them to buy essence. Now, I understand this is a gacha game and everybody's going to want to, as hard as they possibly can, use it to buy more stones, right? But the reality is that if you buy more stones with it, the rates that you get good souls are pathetic on these stones right now. Now, if the rates were higher, I might think a little bit differently, but right now it is incredibly bad, the amount that you get. I mean, they tell us what the rates are right here, and you can see, right? So let's say I save up enough coins to buy, I save up 1,000 gold coins, which is going to take a little bit of time, right? To get an immortal soul stone, okay? And then I come over here and I say, okay, so with that immortal soul stone, I have a 46% chance of getting a rare, 42% chance of getting an epic, 12% chance of getting a legendary. But then on top of that, I also have to get the right rank as well. So when it comes right down to it, when you are hoping to get a legendary 6-star out of this, your odds are like 0.0000 to infinity nothing to actually get a good item from this stone versus guaranteed value. Now, what do I mean by guaranteed value? Well, we all know that in the soul merchant, you can buy souls, split souls or perfect souls when they first start out in this merchant, right? So for example, if I go in here right now, I could buy this 1-star perfect Ghostborn soul. It's 20 essence, sounds cheap, not a problem, right? Go ahead and buy this. I awaken him to 1 level. The next time Ghostborn comes around in this shop, it will show up with no less than a 2-star split soul available to buy. Now, the price is going to go up each time this happens. So the next time he comes in, he's going to be 40. You can see because I did it with my Foley right here where I went ahead and bought that one, but I needed 40 essence, right? So that price is going to keep going up each time you do it. So I'll go ahead and also throw a chart up here on the screen if you want to copy this down to show you how much it's going to cost you in order to buy these souls, or these split souls, I should say, from the soul merchant. And it's going to get pretty darn expensive. And if you don't have the essence to get it, it's going to be painful. Right here is a screenshot from someone who went ahead, they got a 5-star perfect soul, super lucky from a soul stone, and then this showed up in their shop. Imagine you have a 6-star Krisk available to you, but you do not have the essence to buy it. And there's only 2 ways to get essence. One is get super lucky, and I mean super lucky, and get it to drop when you're fighting the Iron Twins. There's about a 1% chance of getting it each time. So not very good. I know it's over on the Hell Hades website. You can see the drop rates for everything. So if you have any questions on that, by all means, go over there, Raid Stages tool. It'll show you kind of the drop rates, but it's about 1% to get any of it to drop. And you're going to need 300 of that eternal essence in order to be able to get that 6-star perfect soul. So you need to make sure that you've been saving up. Well, how do you save up? There's only 2 ways to get it, right? You're going to get it to drop from the Iron Twins, or you're going to buy it with your coins. But if you're spending your coins on more stones, praying to RNGesus that you're going to get that Krisk 6-star, the odds are not in your favor that that's going to happen. You have better guaranteed value by selling the souls that you're not going to use, getting the coins from them, and then taking those coins and instantly converting them into the essence. Now, why do I say instantly? Because you and I both know you're going to probably be tempted to go ahead and buy stones one of these times when you're raging because you didn't get what you wanted out of it, right? So what I would encourage you to do is once you're done figuring out which souls you're going to keep and which ones you're going to get rid of, that you just go ahead right away and go over to the market and go in here and buy the amount of essence that you have. That's why I have so much essence now, is I just went ahead and converted my coins right away into essence, so I didn't have to worry about it. Now, the second part of that is with the resource management comes to who do you keep? What do you do? Again, this goes back to stop awakening champions that you don't need to awaken. What do I mean by that? Again, if you're a mid-game player, an end-game player, you're already beating content, you don't need to put an awakening on that champion. There's a couple S-tier champions in the game that you're going to want to awaken, right? If you have a Krisk, or you have an Arbiter, or you have a Siphi, you're going to want to awaken them. You're going to want to awaken them at the highest level as soon as possible. How's that going to happen? 1, RNG, probably not going to happen. Or 2, have the essence so that when she does show up in that market, you can buy it. That's only going to happen if you've been saving up. So when you go over to your soul collection and you're looking at who you want to keep, make sure that you're selling off the stuff that makes sense, right? So for example, I have Duck the Pierced here, right? I have Duck the Pierced built to level 60. I use him in a couple places of content. Is a 2-star Duck the Pierced soul really going to change my game? No. Should I put it on him? Probably not. I'm better off selling it and getting the 24 immortal coins from it so that I can then buy essence that I can use when the split soul comes around in the shop that I need it. Again, for guaranteed value. That's what this is all about. It's all about resource management. Nothing else. You're not going to get what you want for this out of RNG. Yes, I realize you're going to go over on Reddit and you're going to go in all these Discords and you're going to see some guy pulled a 6-star Kymar and someone else pulled, a 6-star Hegemon 1 and all this other stuff, and you think that's going to happen to you. Newsflash. It is going to take forever for that to happen, right? for it to be a 6-star legendary. You have a better chance of pulling maybe a 3-star legendary or a 4-star legendary and then go ahead and rank it up through the split soul system, right? So that's what my advice would be. Stop using the souls on champions that it doesn't matter at all on. Champions that you're already clearing content with. You don't need it on those. You're going to want to put it on your main arena champions, S-tier champions, and maybe some A-tier champions. But if you have B-tier champions that you think, wow, it would be nice to put it on that champion, you're probably kidding yourself. And even some S-tier champions, you're probably not going to put them on, to be honest with you. Like, Sissia is a fantastic champion, right? But I don't use her to deal damage. I use her in my spider team. I don't want her dealing damage. And putting this soul on her really isn't going to do me any good. Why would I do that? I'm better off taking that, selling it, and then getting the coins from it so I can buy essence. Hopefully that makes sense for everyone. So again, this is resource management. Use the souls, sell the ones that you're not going to use. Stop thinking every soul is important that you pull. Just because you have that champion 60'd, I don't care. I have 300 champions 60'd. I'm not telling you that to flex. I'm telling you that because if I try to put a soul on 300 champions, I'm never going to get anywhere with the champions I actually care about. That's the facts. Because you're going to run out of soul coins, you're going to run out of essence, and you're going to run out of these stupid rocks that they have you out there praying that you get. Because right now, it's not like you're going to buy them in packs. They have them ridiculously overvalued. They drop super low almost anywhere else. And even in the events and stuff like that, you're not getting a whole lot of them. So you have to manage them properly. And if you're putting 1-star ones on champions you're never going to use, that's not going to do you any good. Do you have to sell them all right away? No, absolutely not. You can see I didn't sell all the stuff I have, right? Some of these thinking maybe I'll put them on them, maybe I won't. This is all I really have left. Truth is, most of these 2-star ones I'm probably not going to use. Most of these champions don't get good until you get a 3-star one anyway, sometimes even 4, right? So think about that. A 1-star one probably isn't going to do you any good no matter what you put it on. Hopefully this made some sense for you guys when it comes to resource management. I know it's a lot to think about and do, but it's super important that you get this right early on and you start yourself on the right path early. Because if you go and you waste a bunch of resources buying stones that you're never going to use or putting awakenings on champions that you're never going to use, it's just going to be a complete waste of your time. And I'm telling you, your resources are going to dry up. But guys, that's about all I have for today. If you have any questions for me about this or about the awakening system, let me know in the comments down below. Have you guys pulled any really awesome ones so far that you're super proud of that you put on a champion that makes sense? Because they don't all. Look at this 6-star Mordecai right here. What am I going to put on him? He has one job. His goal is to burn people, right? And guess what? The only thing that affects burns is only in arena. I'm not putting him in arena, so probably never going to put that on him. Could I sell it? Wow. That is a ton of eternal coins that I would be getting for it. So probably what's going to end up happening to it in the long run. But again, guys, I do want to thank you guys so much for watching all the way to the end. Of course, if you did like the video, subscribe, leave a thumbs up. It does mean the world to me. And of course, as always, until next time, be good.